He crossed the plate before he was there.
In play, that's a fair ball. Jacob, what a play from Jacob! And that is destroyed! Tie game! 60. In play down the third baseline. Peter makes a great play from Peter McNeil. In play, that's a fair ball to Jacob. What a play from Jacob! And that is destroyed! Tie game! 60. That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes a great play from Peter McNeil.
Justice already took advantage of that. What a play over at third. He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's gonna be out. Jordan Rice heads out. Trey Cluxton right. Flips it over to first and still gets Alex Larson.
Cross, get out, ball later!
And he might have just missed it. Got it wrong from Jordan Rice. And that's a shot. That's a what a play.
Steps on second, blows over to first. That's amazing! He actually did it! That's a rock up!
That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
Oh! Philip Rosenbach walked off the season.
Cross, get out, ball later!
And that ball is out of here. Walk-off home run, Jake Gold. That ball's in play. Goes back, Keeper King. Nakatona's play helps
Champions.
Flare it up. What a play for Peter McNeil!
Good evening, Wiffle Ball fans, and welcome to the ALCS. The Eastern Enforcers are taking on the Western Wolfpack here tonight, and it's going to be a fantastic series. We're going to continue the AWA Playoffs 2024. It's been an unbelievable playoff so far, and we're very excited to see what we have in store for us tonight for the ALCS. What's going on, everybody? I'm Mark Campanero, joined alongside Jack Blayhouse here tonight, and we're going to be getting game number 1 underway shortly. Jack, you excited?
It's going to be a good matchup. Enforcers, great pitching, bad hitting so far in the postseason. Wolfpack, they've kind of been the America's team so far. Good hitting, not so great pitching, so it'll be interesting to see how this shakes out.
Yeah, I definitely think the Wolfpack are America's team for sure, the favorite. Everybody's cheering for this squad. I mean, again, only 2 regular season wins last year. Now here they are in the ALCS, and Ian Michael, their #1 overall draft pick this year, is a big reason why they are where they are right now in the playoffs. And we are going to go into the starting lineups. Take it away.
Alex Harden, Western Washington University.
Thomas Playhouse, Sherwood Elementary.
Jace Pratt, Jackson High School.
Zach Inouye, University of Washington.
Ian Michael, Edmonds Woodway High School.
Chad Curtis, Balso Hard University.
That was your Western Wolfpack starting lineup, and now we'll get right into it for the Eastern Enforcers.
Jake Oliver, Seattle Area Pipe Trades.
Joshua Gradwell, Edmonds Woodway High School.
Chase Winkler, Woodmore Elementary.
Jonathan Galgano, Washington State University.
Brock Playhouse, University of America Samoa.
And that is tonight's starting lineup. We are going to get right into the weather report from our buddy Joe Accord. Take it away.
Good evening, everybody. This is Joe Accord from the AWA Weather Center. As you can tell in here, I'm on the road today. I'm going up to Minnesota, and look at the weather. It's raining here. Guess what? Not the same story in Edmonds, Washington tonight. You guys are expecting some nice weather, mostly cloudy skies, temperatures in the low 60s, and lots of dingers. Everybody have a great night. Remember, dingers or nothing.
Thank you, Joe. We appreciate you always doing the weather report. So we're going to get right into game 1 here shortly. But before we do so, we are going to have an interview with Western Wolfpack team captain Alex Harden. Take it away.
That would have been a great hot mic.
I don't know if this is on, so.
Oh, we're ready.
Oh. I'm joined here by captain of the Western Wolfpack, Alex Harden. After the last couple years, obviously you haven't had the best performance. Going into this year, you make it to the top 4. How does that feel, and what kind of different changes did you make in the team?
Well, first of all, it feels great. I mean, yeah, obviously last year was pretty rough, but you know, even with our terrible record last year, I knew we had a championship core. I mean, we just had to adjust the lineup a little bit. I mean, I had to look at my role as a player. I mean, I'm not pitching as much as I used to because Jace has really turned into an ace on the mound, and obviously the addition of Ian Michael has been huge, but everybody's just really playing a good part. They know their roles. I'm just taking good at-bats, and yeah, can't be happier, honestly.
And then how are you feeling going into this Enforcers matchup? Obviously one of the better pitching lineups in the league. What do you think you're going to do to combat that, and what are your strengths coming into this match?
Yeah, they're a good team. They've been here before. They know how to win. It's going to be tough. But like I said, we just got to take good at bats. You know, swing at good pitches. I know the ones we can hit and spit on the ones we can't. You know, yeah, it's going to be a dogfight for sure. it's going to be a good battle. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, thank you so much. Good luck in your match.
Thank you, sir.
All right, back to the booth.
Thank you, and great to hear from Alex Harden of the Wolfpack, and I think we might have to refer to them as America's team for the remainder of the playoffs, given they are a fan favorite. Jace Pratt, he will be on the mound tonight for Game 1. We know how it was going for Jace Pratt in that final game of the ALDS for the Wolfpack to get here. He pitched phenomenally all in Game 5 to get them here, but kind of struggled towards the end, so Ian Michael had to step in and shut it down for the Wolfpack. And do just want to remind everybody to go check out TV. Make sure you download the Brinks TV app for Apple or Android. Sign up for free, and you'll get paid to watch TV. That's why they call it the Kingdom of Awesomeness. Make sure you check it out, brinks.tv.
So taking a look at Jace Pratt on the mound, he had a great regular season. Started off rough, finished strong, ended the season with a 2.45 ERA. Sorry, 2.53 ERA. But the postseason been a little bit of a different story. They've had to rely on Ian Michael to close out some of those games. He's sitting at a 6.43 ERA in the postseason. So hopefully he can get back to that regular season form here in Game 1.
Jake Oliver will be leading it off for the Eastern Enforcers, and here we go, getting the ALCS underway. First pitch from Jace Pratt is low for ball 1.
Jake Oliver, just like this Enforcers lineup, they struggled a little bit in this postseason. Jake Oliver leads the team with a .333 average in the postseason.
That pitch connects for Pratt, 1-1 the count. Knuckleball going to it early, hits Oliver, ball 2.
And that's going to be the key for Jace Pratt today. If that knuckleball's working, he's a completely different pitcher.
And there's that curve that we saw so much of back in the ALDS. I remember Trevor May got some really tough pitches from Pratt in that series.
That last pitch in at 55, and I kind of noticed when Jace is having good starts versus bad starts. Usually sitting towards the upper top of that limit, sitting 58, 59. But when he starts 54, 55, hopefully he can figure it out.
And now Chase Winkler steps in, and he looks at strike 1. High and tight for a ball, 1-1, not a Winkler.
Chase Winkler still looking for that first postseason hit. I mean, that Stingers team that they faced, I mean, they swept them, but Peter McNeil was pitching better than anyone else out there.
Pratt going back to the curve, misses 3-1. Yeah, you're gonna really have to try to wait back on these. A lot of speed pitches from Pratt, a lot of them. So you gotta make sure you're waiting back on them. Drive the ball as Winkler takes the walk. Runners on first and second. Pratt starts off the game walking the first 2 batters that he sees.
Definitely not how he wanted to start it off. I mean, he was here early, getting in some warm-up pitches, so you'd like to start it off without 2 straight walks, but it's always time to turn it around.
It's still early here. Not how you start, it's how you finish. Outside, Josh Gradwell.
Josh Gradwell does have a home run in this postseason, but hitting 125 in the postseason up to this point, so.
Great pitch, hits the inside part of the zone, 2-1. Curve is outside. 3-1 now to Gradwell. As Pratt throws the ball away, didn't like that one. Way inside and high, and the bases are now loaded for the Enforcers. This is not the situation you want to find yourself in early. Bases loaded, nobody out. John Galgano stepping up to the plate.
Yeah, Jace Pratt, he's just, you know, if he's got a pitch he knows he can throw for a strike, he might just have to throw some over, test these hitters, and if they hit it, they hit it. But it's better than the alternative, just walking the bases.
We're seeing a lot of off-speed early, and Pratt just has not been able to connect on very many pitches so far. He throws the riser inside for another ball. Now Galgano has a 2-0 count.
John Galgano hitting very well in the postseason. It was a rookie, he hit right around 245 in the regular season, but he's hitting 370 so far in this postseason in 3 games played.
Galgano holds off there, and the count now moves to 3-1. Inside hits Galgano, and that'll walk in the game's first run. The Enforcers score first as Pratt has walked 4 straight batters starting this game off. And I mean, the Enforcers score a run without even really swinging the bat.
Alex Harden, team captain, out there DHing in game 1, talking to his pitcher right there. I know they got Ian Michael. They probably want to save him. It's a 5-game series, so technically you could only roll with 1 pitcher. You just need to win 3 games. But you definitely, this is not the start the Wolfpack hope for.
Now back to the top of the order with Jake Oliver. Enforcers fans feeling pretty good where they're seeing their team start this game as Oliver looks at the pitch outside. That hits the zone for a strike, so Pratt finding a little command there, 1-1 the count. Knuckle inside and low, ball 2, 2-1. And bases remain loaded here, nobody out at the top of the first. So Oliver chases that curve. It was way outside.
Jace Pratt really relies on the swing and miss pitches. He hasn't enticed that many swings up to this point. Good to see that right there.
Knuckle inside, misses, full count. Now to Oliver. That's ripped out to deep left center off the tree. Staying in the park. No call on the field. That'll be a 2 RBI double for Jake Oliver. A couple more runs come in for the Enforcers. They now lead it 3-0 here in the top of the first. Still nobody out.
Nice poke there from Jake Oliver. Fortunately, it wasn't high enough on that tree. The ruling is if it hits the branches, it's a guaranteed home run. But anything that hits on that tree there, it's up for the ump's discretion. And looked like that ball didn't have enough to go out without that tree there.
First pitch here to Chase Winkler is fouled back. Second pitch is fouled back as well. So now Winkler sitting at an 0-2. Runners on second and third for the Enforcers. Yeah, so best of 5 series, so a lot of games left still if the Wolfpack were to fall here early. But if you're an Enforcers fan, it feels good to have a nice start, getting 3 in the first, potentially more.
Yeah, and you think that.
So there's the first out the Wolfpack have been looking for. Finally get it.
You think that like a 5-game series would be enough to kind of change the momentum, but 5 games, 3 wins, that's not much time at all. So starting hot, getting that momentum is just huge for one team in a series like this.
0-1 to Josh Gradwall.
Oof.
Pratt goes right back to the knuckle. Gets Gradwall to chase. 0-2 the count. Curveball is in there. Freezes Gradwall for out number 2. Great pitch there from Pratt.
It's a huge strikeout right there. Now 2 outs facing the rookie John Galgano. Walked in his last plate appearance.
Galgano looks at a ball. If you're in the Enforcers, you want to try to get at least another run in. Runners on second and third.
Yeah, something about 3 runs compared to 4. 3 seems very doable.
Especially with this Wolfpack offense that's been performing phenomenally well. so far in the playoffs. 4-pitch walk to Galgano, and the bases are loaded again for the Enforcers. And here you go, needing to face Jake Oliver.
Jake Oliver with that last at-bat increased his average from 333 to 500 in the postseason. So every hit in the postseason with these limited at-bats really makes those stats look a lot better. Only got 2 hits in the postseason up to this point.
Yeah, but his last hit was a 2 RBI double, so he will absolutely take that.
They call him a speed check there. That's tough. There's Jace Pratt back with that knuckle again, so good to see he's landing that.
0-1 to Oliver. And Pratt, he was struggling to hit the zone earlier in the inning, but now starting to find something here. 0-2, and Oliver fouls that one back.
It's a nice 0-2 pitch right there, screwball. After 2 pitches going away from the hitter, he's got one. Swords him right there.
Knuckle outside for a ball. 1-2 to Oliver. And the curve misses outside. Oliver holds off. 2-2. Just high there, full count. Ooh. Knuckle hits the zone. Jake Oliver strikes out for out number 3, but the Enforcers get 3 runs here in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. Enforcers lead it 3-0.
First inning's always tough. You got to settle in. Get the run back. Come on.
Zach Inouye leads it off for the Wolfpack at a ball, 1-0. And to no surprise, Josh Gradwell going to start this game 1 for the Enforcers.
Yeah, Josh Gradwell pitching very good in the postseason. He leads the league. 6 innings pitched, 2 games, 0 ERA. No one's been able to score in him. And kind of the most impressive stat we've seen so far is a .5 whip. That is just, and that right there might just screw up his whip right there.
Ball forward to Zach Inouye. He gets on, and Wolfpack down 3 in the bottom of the first.
Zach Inouye's kind of been the unsung hero of this Wolfpack team. He's just always on base. 4th in the league in the regular season in average. He was the 2nd overall pick. Now Ian Michael, the 1st overall pick, Mr. September, clutched up in the ALCS a week ago against the Mojo.
And you go back to that ALDS against the Mojo, and you know, Wolfpack were up 5-3 going into the final inning, trying to shut it down. Mojo battle back, and they force a bottom of the 3rd, 5-5. Zach Inouye forced a walk. They had 2 outs, and it led to the go-ahead Ian Michael hit, which ended up sending the Wolfpack into the ALCS. So Zach Inouye definitely having some really quality at-bats for the Wolfpack in the playoffs. Ian Michael grounds out. Inouye moved over to 2nd, and now Thomas Blayhouse step up for the Wolfpack.
Thomas was talking to me pregame. Unfortunately, the lefty-lefty matchup in that Mojo series, he only faced it left-handed pitching, so that's why his average is all the way down to 188 in the postseason. But he said, it's going to be easy. I'm going to hit at least 3 home runs today. So that's a speed check right there.
No pitch. 0-0 is the count. Outside for a ball.
Thomas, for whatever reason, says he sees these two enforcers pitchers better than anyone else in the league.
You know, it'd be good to see a home run from Thomas Playhouse. I can't remember the last time he's hit one. 62, so a no pitch, 1-0.
Thomas is getting saved right here from this speed check. 1-0 count after 3 pitches.
One on the way, and it's down low. Ball 2. Does not go around. 3-0 to Thomas Playhouse.
And players were saying the gun's reading a little hot, which always means a little more offense. Pitchers are trying to get it under that limit.
3-0 here to Playhouse, and Gradwall hits the top part of the zone. Strike 1, 3-1 the count.
62 there.
62, another speed check. How many speed checks have that been in this at-bat? 4? Hits the zone. 3-1 is the count.
Yeesh.
Don't know what Thomas Playhouse is swinging at there, but it's a strike regardless. Full count. And that hits Playhouse's arm. That'll be a walk.
Nice shot by Thomas there to get the walk out of that. Sometimes we've seen this season he just really wants to hit, and he's swinging at bad pitches. Good to see he gets on after a very long at-bat there.
Alex Harden to the plate for the Wolfpack.
Alex Harden hitting 188 in the postseason, so not his best showing so far, but he's a career 444 hitter. 5 years in the league, one of the veterans.
It's really wild to see Alex hitting 4, this Wolfpack squad. It's generally always been number 2 hitter.
What's the call there? If it's red hot, then it's hot. I can't. Yeah.
It read 30 mile an hour hot.
You ran, what did it say? It said 87.
So 0-0, it was a no pitch. Harden swing and miss there.
That was the back. It said 54 before that.
Yeah, so it looks like it's reading the bat speed.
That happens from time to time.
Yeah, say 85.
Outside, 2-1. Count to Harden. Inside again, and the count is 3-1. Great job from Gradwall. Hits the zone. Full count to Harden. Runners on first and second. 1 away. Wolfpack down 3 here in the bottom of the first. And Harden holds off.
That's a big take
works
right there.
the walk.
That ball looked like it missed by 3 hairs.
Bases are loaded for the Wolfpack. Jace Pratt stepping up.
And it looks like Josh Gradwell kind of falling under the same thing. Jace had a little bit of command issues early, and now Jace Pratt can help himself out here on the mound. Get his team right back in this game.
Pratt let up 3 in the top of the first. Opportunity now for him to get them all back. Ground ball in play to Oliver. He goes home with it, and it's going to be an out. Great job from Oliver.
Wait, what?
Getting Zach Inouye
It didn't
out.
cross before he crossed.
Yeah, the ball over the plate.
It didn't cross before he did.
Yeah, it did.
I don't think it did. I don't think it did. That was bang bang. Can you see it? I don't know, man.
So confirmed there it was close, but it looks like his foot was not down. And it's pass.
Do I have to explain this?
Call on the field is confirmed. Zach Inouye is out at the plate, so that'll be out number 2. Bases remain loaded. Now Zach Inouye is going to step right up.
There's a lot of arguing over here. But the rule remains at the plate. It was close, I'll give him that, but.
Great play from Jake Oliver. Able to save a run. Count as 1-1 Inouye. Outside. 2-1, and that's low. So now 3-1 to Zach Inouye, who just continues to work counts. Outside ball 4, Zach Inouye walks with the bases loaded. A run comes in, and it's now 3-1 Enforcers.
One of the best eyes in the league, play discipline. And like you were saying, you know, when his team needs him most, he just gets on base. Doesn't matter how you do it. As long as you're on, you're on.
It's huge to have a player like that on your team, always getting on base, always extending innings. And he's really proved to be that difference maker for this Wolfpack squad so far in the playoffs. I mean, if he doesn't work that walk back in the ALDS, Ian Michael doesn't get that opportunity to walk it off for the squad.
Now Ian Michael hitting .438 in the postseason with 2 home runs.
I mean, this is your big hitter right here in the Wolfpack lineup. He's been that as he strikes out on 3 pitches. We're out number 3, but the Wolfpack, they do get 1 back. Forcers lead at 3-1 as we go to the top of the second.
So Chase Winkler will lead it off. He's still looking for that first hit. Finished the year .329. He's got 42 career home runs, none in the postseason. Walked and struck out up to this point, so he's gonna try and jumpstart this Enforcers offense. Up to this point, only do have that 1 hit from Jake Oliver. It's just been a walk-a-thon from Jason that first. We'll see if he can lock in. He's already thrown 44 pitches in the first inning.
And yeah, here in the AWA, I mean, we see it time and time again. It doesn't matter if you're getting hits, as long as you're working walks and getting on base, you're going to be scoring. Ball 1 to Chase Winkler. And that's low and inside. 2-0 to Winkler. Oh, it was a no pitch. Oh.
It's a ball. Yeah.
Excuse me, never mind. I thought they were signaling it was a no pitch. Wouldn't have mattered anyways, it was a ball, so I was confused there. 3-0. That's inside. 4-pitch walk to Chase Winkler, and it just looks like the command just continues to struggle for Jace Pratt here in inning 2.
Yeah, and depending on how Jace does right here in game 1, it'll probably dictate how many games Ian Michael's going to pitch. I mean, everyone would like to get that first game win, but this might be the only opportunity for Jace unless he turns it around.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Alex and if Jace continues to struggle here in this game, I'm going immediately to Ian Michael in game 2 and letting him ride. Ball 1 to Gradwall, 1-0.
Jace already has 9 walks.
Great knuckle.
Sorry, 6 walks.
That hits, and yeah, I mean, we're only in the bottom of the second here. Popped up into the air. Thomas Playhouse cannot make the catch. And so Chase Winkler is out at second. I mean, I don't really know what you do in that situation. That's tough.
Yeah, that's a tough situation there. Honestly, if I was Thomas, no one else could see it. You could just pretend you made the catch right there, but he didn't see anyone over there. So,
I mean, it looked like Thomas Playhouse might have had that.
Yeah, usually he comes up with those plays. Probably doesn't feel good running into the wall.
Ball 1 to Galgano.
But that's huge for Jace right there to get that first out early on. With only 1 runner on.
2-0. That hits the zone. Curves outside. So 3-1 now to Galgano. Runner on first, 1 away. Top of the second. Hits Galgano for ball 4. So another runner on for the Enforcers.
It's not a Jace Pratt inning unless a runner gets on to second. Jake Oliver 1 for 2 with a walk, double, and a strikeout.
Curve outside, ball 1. Just high there to Oliver, ball 2, 2-0. And the knuckles low, so a quick 3-0 to Jake Oliver. Pratt able to connect there, 3-1. Curves outside, so Jake Oliver works a walk, bases are loaded. Chase has found himself in this position multiple times so far here in this game. Gave up 3 runs back in the first. Got it out here with the bases loaded. Gonna have to try to dig deep. Keep this lead at only 2. Chase Winkler will be stepping up to the plate, fixing the strike zone back there. Got to readjust it.
And that slider just keeps leading outside. He's got to make an adjustment, start it inside more.
He's either got to go inside with it more or try to just get away from it. He's been throwing it a lot of balls.
Oof.
That knuckle really seems to be working though. It's been his best pitch so far here tonight, 1 and 2.
Whoa.
That's not a bad curveball, even though it missed high. Started it way more in. I think he hurt us, Jack.
Yeah.
2-2. Knuckles just high there, just misses the zone. And a full count coming for Chase Winkler. Ground ball over to Thomas Playhouse at first. He should be able to get 1, and a run is going to score. So the Enforcers get 1. It's now 4-1. Back in and out, 2 away.
And Chase has had kind of a difficult postseason so far. That's a very productive at-bat. Gets that RBI insurance run, leads back up to 3 like it was after the first.
Josh Gradwell up for the Enforcers.
Josh Gradwell 0 for 2 here in game 1. He's got a strikeout and a fielder's choice. Almost had a home run in his last at-bat. Hit it over to Thomas deep. Right field.
1-0. Ooh. Great curve.
That's what he's been trying to do all day right there.
1-1. That's inside. Gradwell chases it, 1 and 2. Oh. Knuckle. Gradwell able to foul that one off.
And you know, with those knuckleballs, you kind of just have to close your eyes and hope it doesn't come back because no one knows where it's going.
That hits the zone. Great job from Jace Pratt to get out of it, but one run comes across for the Enforcers. They lead it 4-1 as we go to the bottom of the second.
No warm-ups for you?
Thomas Blehouse steps in, walking his first plate appearance. Worked it to a full count, eventually got on.
Popped up into the air. Gradwall makes the grab for out number 1.
And we kind of seen that quite a bit from Thomas, just deep, high pop-ups. And, you know, he's just barely getting underneath it.
It's never a good feeling having a weak pop-up, especially on the first pitch.
This Wolfpack team's still looking for their first hit of the day.
Hard and a swing and a miss, strike 1.
Watkins' last plate appearance.
That's outside. Good eye from Harden, 2-1. That's low. 3 balls, 1 strike. And a Harden. High and outside. So Alex Harden on with the walk.
It's already 5 walks today for Josh Gradwall.
Kind of been a walk fest so far here in game 1.
Both these teams haven't played in over a week.
Might have something to do with it. Weather's also getting colder every day.
And, you know, as in the postseason, players are definitely taking pitches more often. Don't want to be that guy that strikes out on a pitch 3 feet outside the zone.
So 1-1 to Pratt. Pitch from Gradwall is low, ball 2, 2-1. Pratt goes around, so count evens up here at 2-2. Wolfpack trying to get something going. Bottom of the second. Ground ball over to Jake Oliver. He flips on over to Galgano at second. Galgano goes over to first. Might have had a chance at Pratt, but Winkler just couldn't hold on.
I was about to touch on it, but Jace Pratt, whether it's an injury or his right knee, just the speed just hasn't been there this season.
Yeah, one more.
Yeah, it would have been close. It looks like Pratt might have just beat it, even if Winkler would have been able to hold on there. Regardless, good job for the Enforcers to get the lead runner 2 away. And now Zach Inouye is up to the plate. A couple of walks so far for Zach Inouye. We constantly talk about how good of a job he does getting on base. 1-1. It's outside. Outside again, but just nearly missing the zone. 3 balls, 1 strike now to Inouye. Swing and a miss. First strike, full count. Slow lob, ground ball down to Jake Oliver. He throws on over to Chase Winkler at first and gets the out on Zach Inouye. No runs scored for the Wolfpack in the bottom of the second. We go to the top of the third, and Enforcers lead it 4-1.
Now batting for the Eastern Enforcers, second baseman, number 11, John Galgano.
Toss it, you. Yeah. Hey, starts up. Go 1-1.
So John Galgano, he's got 3 walks to be in the game.
Good job. Put it up, baby. That'll be yours.
Ball 1 to Galgano outside. Ball 1. Swing and a miss there. First strike. Forcers up 3 here in the top of the 3rd.
Wolfpack are the home team, so they'll get an opportunity to come back in the bottom half of the 3rd.
Galgano chases there. 2-2. Wow, what a pitch from Jace Pratt. I mean, he's been looking for that all game.
Yeah.
Finally, it drops in there.
Yeah, and sometimes it's as simple as changing your aiming point. Someone just nails him in the head there. Might be concussed.
What a pitch from Pratt, able to drop the curve.
A lot of times Jace will try to throw like a slider aiming right at the zone, and that leads to it going outside. But when you aim right at the batter, you start seeing those nasty pitches.
I mean, that was really gross. Galgano, he didn't even know what to do with it. He was like, shoot. Where's this been all game?
Tip the cap, walk back to the dugout.
1-2. There it is. Curveball again.
Nice.
2-2 to Oliver. Ground ball over to Ian Michael at 3rd, and that's too easy for Jake Oliver to beat out.
Yeah, slow rolling ground balls like that, nearly impossible. Usually have that 3rd base player up across the base path just in case of those opportunities. Ian Michael playing a little deeper.
Yeah, and that's pretty much a base hit every single time.
I was going to say, so we got to find the rag.
2-0 here to Chase Winkler.
Chase Winkler had that RBI top half of the 2nd inning.
4-pitch walk, so Winkler's on. Winkler's on. Oliver moves on over to 2nd. And Josh Gradwell will step in.
Oh, sorry. Jesus Christ. Allegedly.
Josh Gradwell, you know, sometimes you want a little more offense, but if he's dealing the way he is on the mound, you know, it's whatever happens on the plate, it doesn't matter. He'll take the pitching. He's hitting .091 now in the postseason, so.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter when you got almost a 0 ERA. Yeah. Pretty impressive from Gradwell. Ground ball back to Jace Pratt, and everybody's going to be safe. Another slow roller, see from the Enforcers.
That's tough right there. Back-to-back slow rollers. But now at least you got if you get another slow roller, you can at least go home on the force out. It's only positive of loading the bases up.
First pitch to Galgano is low for a ball, 1-0. Ground ball right back to Jace Pratt. In a way, steps on second, goes to first. It's not in time. Jake Oliver will score there. We'll take a look. We'll take a look.
They're calling for runner interference.
Call on the field is safe over at first. So we'll look at this.
Runner interference. I mean, if it's on the bag, he gets the bag.
Yeah.
He gets the bag. That's his bag all day.
Run right into him.
So it should be out on him.
Oh, he's out!
He's out anyway.
He's out of
Let's look at the rewind.
Yeah. Who has the loudest voice?
He's safe at first, but if we want to call interference.
What's the commissioner going to say?
Come on. The commissioner's out to the
Tom, come here. Tom's already made his mind up. Yeah, Tom already said he came over. He said runner interference. Like this, right? Come on. They're already in the field anyway.
Was he out of his shot? Are they saying he's out?
Yeah, because he ran into him at second.
So the call on the field is there's runner interference over at second, so the runner at first will be out. So that'll be a double play for the Wolfpack. A run does not come in to score. We're going to the bottom of the third. No run score for the Enforcers. They lead it 4-1. We go to the bottom of the third inning.
I mean, if we're comparing to the situation, that would he's got to peel off. No, he's got to go to the bag. He has to go to the bag. He doesn't. Yeah, but he's got to go to the bag. Yeah, what is he not just on the stop touch second? So, real baseball, okay? So you step on the bag and the runner runs into the person throwing over. What is that?
I mean, technically in real baseball, you're supposed to slide there.
Well, I can't. Peel off. Peel off.
Yeah,
was he safe at first?
Yeah,
I thought he was going to touch him, bro. He like full body slid. He did make an effort to get out of the way. Who's up? Who's up?
So after a lot of back and forth, Forcers aren't happy, but they have an opportunity to close it out right here. He and Michael lead it off, and they need Mr. September here to get on base. They want a chance at coming back.
Mr. September, I love that nickname. That's a nickname I wish I had. That's pretty cool. Ian Michael, a.k.a. Mr. September, to the plate. I like the ring of it. Oh, no. Inside for ball one.
It's funny you say that because I still get called out to that. Like some of my buddies just sit there and they're professional.
That one does look real good.
2-0 to Ian Michael, and that's low for ball three. 3 balls, no strikes.
I don't think he did. I think I heard something, yeah. I think it was a pad.
I think it was a pad.
No, it was like a 2-1.
So never mind, it did hit, so it'll be 2-1. That's low. 3 balls, 1 strike now to Ian Michael. Outside, great at bat from Ian Michael. He gets on to lead it off in the bottom of the third. Wolfpack, the runner on, down 3. Now Thomas Playhouse to the plate.
Biggest at bat for Thomas Playhouse this season, right here. Thomas Playhouse, bit of an 0 for spell in the postseason. He's really got to try and figure it out here if the Wolfpack want any chance in this postseason.
Got a headband on now. maybe that'll provide him some magic here. But I mean, we'll see if that call on the top of the third is gonna give this Wolfpack team some momentum. Runner interference call, which negated a run for the Enforcers, sent us into the bottom of the third.
Alex Harden waits on deck. Would be tying run.
2-0 the count, but a Gradwall hit the outside
Nice
part of
pitch
this.
right there.
Great pitch.
Tough on lefties.
Oh, that's a tough pitch to swing at for Playhouse.
It's just every at bat he's got one
really
of those,
tough.
seems like. Just makes up his mind. He's swinging no matter what.
2-2. Yeah, that's a really tough at bat. Thomas Playhouse strikes out number 1. Now here's Alex Harden. Harden has a couple of walks so far on the evening. And the Wolfpack in this situation down 3. They just need base runners. So we'll see if Harden can get on again.
Alex Harden walked 2 times.
Gradwall, great pitch. Start off the at-bat on 1.
Right at 60.
Ground ball foul. Now Harden looking at an 0-2 count.
This has been a fairly long first game.
Wow, a 3-pitch strike. Oh, 61 miles per hour. So Harden getting a new life here. A no-pitch 0-2 count remains.
Love to see that as the batter.
And that's low. Ball 1.
Josh Gradwell super good at that dropping. I won't call it a screwball. Very enticing.
Yeah, it drops off the table more than most of those screwball or drop pitches that you see in the league. I mean, it drops so far, it's very difficult to hit. 2-2. That's ripped out to center. Winkler can't get there in time, and so Ian Michael will head on over to third. A great job there from Alex Harden. Gets a single after being down 0-2. He battles his way back.
Great base running by from Ian to get all the way over to third. Now Jace Pratt would be tying run here in the bottom of the third. He's had 2 fielders' choices. Some difficulty getting down the line.
Wolfpack now bring the tying run to the plate. Pratt looks at ball 1.
Oh.
That's fouled back on a ball that would have hit him.
I don't know what these Wolfpack players seem like they just swing at one ridiculous pitch per at bat.
Yeah, and that really can determine how that at-bat will go. I mean, especially against Josh Gradwell, who's already so difficult to hit. You don't want to help him out at all. Pratt swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just outside. So Pratt now works it full at 3-2. And Pratt chases it and strikes out what would have been ball 4. Now turns into out number 2. So 2 away, Zach Inouye to the plate.
That's very tough. He had 2 swings in that at bat. Both bad pitches from Josh Gradwell.
Yeah, so Josh Gradwell been getting some help here from the Wolfpack hitters. I mean, this is definitely a guy you don't want to help out. Can pretty much do it himself just fine.
Ian Michael on deck if Zach Inouye can find a way to get on.
And that's low, so 2-0. Wolfpack really need Inouye to get on here. 61, so a no pitch. 2-0 count will remain.
Love for Zach call out right there.
Oof. Wow, the slow slider hits
perfect placement. If you throw that pitch over the heart of the zone, you're gonna be in some trouble.
In a way, swing and a miss. Difficult drop, 2-2. Ripped high and deep, out to left, and it gets out of here. A 3-run shot. Zach Inouye has just tied this game up for the Wolfpack. The Wolfpack were down to their final strike in game 1, but Zach Inouye hits a 3-run shot to tie this ball game up. It's a whole new game here in game 1.
That was their second hit of the day, and that's the biggest hit we've seen all year. He and Michael will step in. This Wolfpack team right back in it. See if they can end it here in the bottom of the 3rd. Mr. September back up to the plate.
Are you kidding me? Zach Inouye is cold-blooded. That was huge. Wow. 4-4, and now you got Ian Michael. Jeez, unbelievable. I mean, that's crazy. That's what AWA playoff wiffle ball is all about right there.
Josh Gravel calling out Ian right there, maybe fix that zone a little bit.
Yeah, it's looking a little crooked from where we're standing.
We need some zone maintenance.
Yeah, what's going on? I mean, it's held up very nicely all year long.
And you know, you go back to that at-bat from Jason, he found a way to get on, you know. We're talking about one of the most legendary at-bats of all time.
I mean, unbelievable sack, Inouye. Wow. I mean, that's, in my opinion, the clutchest hit I have seen so far this year. Wow.
And hopefully the Wolfpack can capitalize it.
And Michael works a walk, so now Thomas Playhouse will step up to the plate. He'll try to make up for that tough strikeout he had earlier.
Thomas Playhouse really needs a hit here for his ego, for the Wolfpack's team, for his legacy.
I mean, we're talking about a great hitter here. A couple years ago,
he's calling his shot, points to multiple locations, so he's still got the confidence.
Yeah.
It seems like.
I mean, a couple years ago, best home run hitter in the league.
Oh.
Could really use one from him right now. Outside. Risers inside, 2-0.
Wow.
Playhouse fouls that one off.
A little bit of a bucket step right there. The Wolfpack teaching manual from Captain Alex Harden.
It's 2-1 Thomas Playhouse. Runner on. Tie ball game. A run for the Wolfpack would win it. Three and 1 now to Playhouse. That hits the zone. Great pitch from Gradwall. He needed it.
It looks like he's working on that outside zone on Thomas Playhouse.
And Playhouse swings right over the top of it. Strike 3. But the Wolfpack, they get 3 runs on a clutch 3-run home run from Zach Inouye. We're going to extra innings here in game number 1.
Yeah, Jake. The rule is now is extras don't count for innings or anything.
Okay.
Yeah, so either, 9 innings or 3 games.
Okay. Copy that. Okay. So, hey, this doesn't affect us.
If I want to go to Oktoberfest or watch the series.
So here we are in extras, top of the 4th in game 1 of the ALCS. If you missed it, Wolfpack were down 4-1 in the bottom of the 3rd, down to their final strike, and Zach Inouye had a 3-run homer to tie it. And now here we are in extras.
Definitely a potential clutch play of the year moment right there. Another one that comes to mind is Keaton McKay's home run rob.
I mean, given the moment, unreal. But yeah, I mean, that robbery from my guy Keaton, that'll be hard to top.
Oof.
Just inside, so Jake Oliver works a walk, or sorry, excuse me, full count.
It always makes me second guess when the batter's walking over first.
Do I have the count right? Knuckleball low, so Oliver gets on. And what's been crazy about this as well is back at the top of the 3rd, there was a runner interference for the Enforcers, in which on that play a run did come in to score, but given the runner interference, that negated the run, and it's pretty much allowed the Wolfpack to come back and tie it. This has been an incredible game so far.
Jace Pratt, that was his 10th walk, so I wonder if he lets another batter on. They'll bring in Ian Michael here, up to this will be his 100th pitch.
So just high, 3-0.
See Alex Harden lurking around.
That's ball 4.
I don't see any movement. This is the time when you go to your other pitcher. Bases loaded, it's a little stressful for the guy coming in. If you got open bag, gives you a bit of leniency. It looks like Alex is going to keep him out there. 101 pitches so far in game 1.
You got runners on 1st and 2nd, nobody out. You definitely don't want to walk Gradwell here. Go to bases loaded. It's the worst position you can find yourself in as a pitcher here in the AWA.
It's a big sound right there for Jace. Now it's time for Josh Gradwell trying to get some runs back after giving up that home run. Aim for the bat. 2-1.
Pratt throws that one away. 2-1. Just high. 3 balls and 1 strike now to Gradwell. And that hit. Wow, Pratt really needed that knuckle to connect there. Full count. Ground ball over to Ian Michael. He gets it, steps on 3rd, and a great job there from Pratt and Michael.
That was an aggressive run right there from Jake. I mean, usually runners will just give up on the play there. Jake slid right into 3rd.
Yeah, no, that didn't surprise me at all that he did that, to be honest.
Yeah, 100 times out of 100 right there. I'm just walking off. Don't want to injure anyone.
I'm more surprised when Jake Oliver doesn't give effort, which is never, so. Does not go. Ball 1. Does not go. 1-0. And that's outside. Ball 2.
We look at the replay there, Jace. Didn't go.
3-0. That's fouled off from Galgano, so the count's now 3-1. Runners on 1st and 2nd, 1 away. All tied up here 4. Galgano fouls that one off. Full count. Does not go around. Ball 4. So Galgano works a walk, and the bases are loaded.
We are approaching one of the longer games in AWA this season. Record still goes back to the NLCS. I want to say 4 4 years ago when we didn't have lights back then, and it went to the 9th inning.
I don't even know how we did that.
We used the light of the fire for
that was
6th
tough.
and 7th innings.
That was tough. Good old times. I was hanging out behind the plate, sitting on a ladder, calling the game. Now look where we are with the booth. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. 1-on-1 to Jake Oliver. Hits him on the shoulder for a ball, 2-1. Knuckles in there.
You know, if I'm Jace, I might just keep going back to that knuckle.
Yeah. Yeah, that knuckle has been his best pitch so far here tonight. Been able to connect with it consistently, it seems like. He's thrown some really good curveballs, but he's had command issues with it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's kind of the way you work yourself into jams. Even if you got great stuff, you can't throw strikes.
There it is. It hits the zone. He heard me say something. Strike 3, Jake Oliver strikes out for out number 2. I mean, that was disgusting.
2 outs.
No way. No way.
Yeah, there's, you know, and that's just kind of shows how much these two teams want it. This is the most chippiest I've felt up here in a while.
I love this. I love how intense this is getting because you never see Jake Oliver argue
Yeah,
a call.
that does not happen.
You never see him arguing a call. I mean, this means a lot to both teams. Game 1, you want to take game 1. Chase Winkler looking at an 0-2 count. Bases are loaded, 2 away. We remain tied. And Chase Winkler goes around. Oh, it's a no pitch. It's a no pitch.
Yeah,
Winkler.
That looked quick. You know, when it gets up to 65, you sometimes think it's the swing, but I think that pitch was really quick, so it'll be a no pitch there.
0-2. Pitcher Pratt. Strike 3. Jace Pratt gets out of the bases loaded jam. Here in extras, no run score for the Enforcers. We go to the bottom of the 4th, all tied up at 4.
Who's up?
So Alex Harden will lead it off. He's 1 for 1 with 2 walks and a single, so he's gotten on base all 3 times, and now this is the most important at-bat in this game for him. Got to get on base, try to turn over the lineup, get to Zach Inouye, Ian Michael, who've been hitting out of their minds.
Ball 1 there to Harden.
Looking at the pitch count, Josh Gradwell sitting at 84 pitches.
Harden looks at slider for strike 1, 1-1 the count.
Jace Pratt up to 121, so they might need to substitute a different arm in there.
I mean, the Wolfpack, they found themselves down 4-1 in the 3rd. Were able to come back. They were down to their final strike. Zach Inouye with a 3-run homer sent them into extras. And Jace Pratt, in the top of the 4th, found himself in a tough, bases-loaded situation, but was able to get out of it without giving up a run. And so a lot of things have been going right for this Wolfpack team late in this game 1. See if they can ride this momentum and steal it. Harden, it's a tough pitch. He looks at strike 3, long way.
It's tough right there. Alex didn't take a swing there. Looked like he probably was trying to get on via the walk, which isn't always an awful way to Gradwell came back with some nasty pitches right there. Now Jace Pratt's going to try and get on for this Wolfpack team.
First pitch to Pratt hits the top part of the zone. Strike one. And that's foul back. So now Pratt looking at an 0-2 count.
Zach Inouye, hero of this game up to this point, is on deck.
I mean, no way he has another clutch hit to end it, right? No way. 0-2. Yeah, Pratt swings right under it for strike three. 2 away. Bottom of the fourth. Now here he is. Been the hero for this Wolfpack squad so far here tonight. Huge 3-run homer last inning. See if he might be able to end this thing. And he does it! Oh my Lord! Zach Inouye, a solo walk-off home run to steal game one for the Wolfpack. Are you kidding me? Zach Inouye, have a game. Wow. Oh my goodness.
Might need to reclaim the Mr. September title to a different player on the Wolfpack.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I mean, the Wolfpack were down 4-1, their final strike in the third. Inouye provides a 3-run homer to send it into extras, and then a solo homer in extras to win it for the Wolfpack. They steal game one, and we still got more playoff wiffle ball coming at you. Game two going to be starting here shortly, but my Lord, Zach Inouye, what a performance. Wow.
We're going to send it down to Neil, who's got Zach with him. Neil, take it away.
Thank you, Jack. I'm here with Zach Inouye, obviously MVP from that game. 2 massive home runs from you in the third inning and there in the fourth. How does it feel to play that important role for the team?
Feels really good. We were pretty close the whole game, and it was good to come up with those big hits, put us over the top.
What are you going to be looking forward to in the next 2 games, hopefully for you, to maybe play a little bit closer rather than relying on some of those, more hero plays?
Yeah, hoping to get ahead early and not have to get those, just like you said. So hoping to start out quick.
Yeah, well, good luck on your next games.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Back to the booth.
Last series I had one of the same things. I tied it up and then we didn't win. Yeah. Dude, I'm literally talking about how you hit a 3-run homer. I'm like, no way. Dude, I said it multiple times. I was like, no way he ends it here, right? No way. That was crazy, dude. Yeah, I felt good. I didn't hit any barrels in warm-up too. So those are my only 2 barrels of the day. Oh my God. You saved it for this game. Yeah, that's all that matters. You're good. Yeah.
So lightning does.
I was just thinking about that, yeah.
That's not the subject.
We're cracking the code on the greatest of all time.
If you want to be great, you have to have a sacrifice. And then believe in what you see every time you step on the field.
My parents were all about education. They said, hey boy, there's no future in football for you.
It's really boring trying to be great, but you've got to learn to love it and just push through the grind.
Offensive linemen, they're punching majority of the time, so I had to figure out how to protect myself. I had mixed martial arts.
Ware comes off of the edge and takes Manning down. He's unstoppable. Incredible cut by Sanders, and he's off to the races.
My awareness, my senses were so heightened that I put the brakes on and made a U-turn, and then everything just slowed down. It was nothing more than time travel.
I continued to keep working, so when that knock came on the door, I was ready.
Warren Moon is rewriting the record books.
when I didn't get drafted. They were telling me I'm not good enough.
Lobs it up deep for Pearson.
Oh, my. Boy, they got me all fired up.
How did he come down with that ball? There's just no one better. You're looking at the greatest leader in football history.
All right, so here we go, game number 2. And I think we're still a little in shock after game 1. That is not how we thought it would end. I mean, this Wolfpack team just living on good vibes. This team finished with 2 wins last year. Now they're up 1-0 in the ALCS. They just need 2 more wins to punch their ticket to the World Series.
I mean, you know, sometimes you hear some complaints around the field about longer games, but not for that one. I mean, that game had just about everything into it. What a finish. And the Wolfpack, after being down 4-1, they come back and they steal game 1 away from the Enforcers. Now have a 1-game lead in this best of 5 series. So they're in the driver's seat, trying to now go 2 games up against this Enforcer squad.
And Josh Gradwell, I mean, he pitched very well throughout the whole game. It was just those 2 pitches he left over the heart of the plate for Zach Inouye. And his ERA, very respectable still here in the postseason, 1.55. He came in after 6 innings of 0 ERA baseball. He's back out there on the mound. They're going to stick with their ace. Jake Oliver, also a very capable pitcher. And you can tell both these teams are very competitive, really trying to get this win. Like we were saying, when Jake is mad at us in the booth, you know it means something to him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, Jake Oliver does not argue calls, so you never hear it. And so when he's saying something, he's, you know, definitely feeling it. And there's definitely a lot of pressure out there for these 2 teams. But it's great. It's great. This competitiveness is awesome. I love it. And now here he is, Zach Inouye, leading it off for the Wolfpack. I mean, this dude, wow.
Last 2 swings he's had have been a dinger.
Oh, no. And it's the zone for a strike. 1-1. And I mean, you know, he's doing this against a phenomenal pitcher, Josh Gradwell, who really has not given up any runs so far in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's a very, very tough task to go up against Josh Gradwell or Jake Oliver for that matter, especially in the postseason. Both these guys, veterans, they've pitched in the postseason many times. These Wolfpack players have not been in the postseason.
2-1. Inouye fouls that one off. 2-2. It's the zone, strike 3. So after Zach Inouye got Josh Gradwell on his last 2 at-bats, he strikes out there.
Hey, we need to not hype him up. Every time we hype someone up, they don't do well.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say up here sometimes about players.
So Ian Michael, he's up. He's terrible. He's not going to get a hit.
Yeah. No longer Mr. September.
We're like Mr. April.
Yeah. I mean, it's been really cool, though, to see this Wolfpack team and watch them come into what they are today. I mean, it's just a completely different look of a squad, and I really think that it's started with the additions of Ian Michael and Zach Inouye. They've really
complete 180
provided a different identity for this squad, and I mean, they're here in the driver's seat of the playoffs, looking to try to go to the World Series after only just winning 2 games last year. Pretty incredible. It's inside, ball 1. That's low, so 2-0. 2-0 now to Ian Michael. Big swing and a miss as he swings underneath the riser. 2-1.
these Wolfpack players, they really want to hit it. You know, they don't want to have a walkathon like it was back in game 1.
2-2 now to Ian Michael, and that's flared on over to Chase Winkler. He bobbles it, and Ian Michael is safe over there at first. So the Wolfpack get a runner on.
And you know, you can't really blame Chase for that. I mean, even if he grabbed it there, no one was over at first. Josh Gradwell was not running over, so it would have been a tough play regardless. And we've seen that situation before with Chase, where the ball's kind of slowly hit to him, he gets it, throws it out of bounds. So
yeah, and not to mention on that, the ball was spinning quite a bit as well, so it is pretty difficult to try to pick that up when the ball's spinning so much. But either way, another break for the Wolfpack to get a runner on. Now Thomas Playhouse to the plate.
Thomas Playhouse, he personally requested the mic to switch up his mojo.
Yeah, and I mean, the Wolfpack really need to unlock Thomas Playhouse. I mean, we're talking about such a good hitter who just has seemed to have been going in through a slump these last couple of years. As he strikes out 3 pitches, that's really tough.
So 2 outs now. Thomas Playhouse just trying to fit. I mean, you don't blame, you know, some guys see some pitchers extremely well, other guys don't. And, you know, Josh Gradwell, especially for me, one of the pitchers in the league where I just, for whatever reason, just can't figure him out. I got to take notes out of Zach Inouye's playbook.
Yeah, whatever Zach Inouye is doing against Josh Gradwell, I need to take note because, wow.
Alex Harden fixing that shoe there. Normally he brings those Crocs. So
wherever you want.
Yeah.
Maybe he's still waiting on those Wolfpack customized Crocs.
I think he's gonna get them too. That's the crazy thing. He loves Crocs.
Alex, customized Wolfpack Crocs for the team next year.
I'm still waiting to hear back from my sponsorship offer.
And you can strictly only wear them in sport mode.
Yeah,
when you're
I mean,
playing.
of course.
I need some Crocs cleats.
Alex Harden, if you didn't know, big lover of Crocs. Hard to find them without them on.
Yeah.
So.
What's the count?
1-on-1.
Taking a look at that Club 65. Got a packed house here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's a ton of people here.
Don't know any of them.
Yeah, I know, a ton of.
Where they came from.
We appreciate everybody coming out, but I mean, it's cool to see, especially in the playoffs, to have this much fan support. We love it.
Yeah, maybe we'll open it up for the World Series. Just shoot out the Addy.
Yeah. Harden swinging a miss. Josh Gradwell strikes out Alex Harden to end it. No runs score here in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. All tied up 0-0.
Chase, are you PO now? Chase?
So Jake Oliver will step in, and he hit very well in game number 1. Got his average in the postseason up to 429. And Jace Pratt is going to pitch in game 2 after throwing 130 pitches in game 1. So we'll see if that works well for them. Hopefully he's figured out his command, because he walked quite a bit of batters.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, the Enforcers, they lost a really tough game 1 right there. They were up 4-1, ended up losing it. But, I mean, this is too good of a team to not make this series close, and I really expect a lot out of the squad. As Jake Oliver, just like that, he goes deep to center, a solo shot. And the Enforcers, they score first again here in game 2, lead at 1-0.
Yeah, and you know, you could see from last game that Alex Harden, team captain for the Wolfpack, he's just, you know, whoever starts the game, he's usually just going to leave him out there. And, you know, honestly, a solo home run as opposed to start him off with a 4-pitch walk, that, you know, that means he's throwing strikes, so that could be a silver lining right there.
So 1-0 Enforcers. Here in the bottom of the first, Chase Winkler up, looks at a ball. Curve outside, ball 2-0. That's high there. 3 balls, no strikes to Chase Winkler. On outside, a 4-pitch walk.
Chase Winkler gets on with that 4-pitch walk. So right when I try to hype up Jace there, does exactly what he did not want to do there. 4-pitch walk. He's got 30 walks in the postseason already.
Yeah, I mean, Chase, he pitched well enough in game 1 to get the dub for the Wolfpack. Wolfpack needed a lot to go their way, though, in that game 1 in order to secure it, but regardless, got the win.
Yeah, and 4 runs, that usually is not enough to do it against big hitting teams, but whenever you got Josh Gradwell on the other side, that's usually more than enough.
1-2 now to Gradwell.
See quite a few balls missing high here from Jace, which doesn't happen too often. We get a little fatigued out there.
And Gradwell swings and a miss on the slow changeup. Strike 3.
And you know, Jace, he'll take that any day of the week.
Yep. After giving up a solo home run to Jake and a walk to Chase Winkler, feels nice to get a strikeout.
John Galgano walked quite a few times in game 1. I kind of noticed when he swings, it kind of reminds me of like a golf swing. Kind of short arms it. Oof.
It's the top part of the zone, so 0-2 to Galgano. There's that curve again outside. 1-2 is the count.
Josh Gradwell got out of that first inning in 18 pitches. Jace Pratt about to throw his 14th.
If Jace Pratt can try to limit the amount of walks that he has here in this game too, this would be a really good game for the Wolfpack to try to go 2 games up on the Enforcers. It all starts with Pratt though, trying to make sure he's got that command. 2-2. Curve misses. We'll see if maybe he goes back to the knuckle. And gets Galgano to chase right there for strike 3.
2 kind of bailout strikeouts right there for Jace Pratt back to back. 2 pitches that were not his best. They got him to go around. Looking at DJ Oliver there.
DJ!
Jake Oliver. Potential Cy Young front runner. Most likely he's got that award in the bag.
Oh yeah, he pitched so well this year. Very happy for DJ.
Now his brother Jake Oliver steps in, who's 1 for 1 with that home run. His first home run of the postseason, up to 72 career home runs.
1-1 to Jake as he swings at that pitch high. 1-2. 1-2 the count. Oliver, solo home run. His first at bat of the ball game, giving this Enforcer squad an early lead.
But he like to call me. Yeah. And he probably wanted you to go.
Swing and a miss there. So Jace Pratt able to strike out Jake Oliver to end the inning, but the Enforcers, they get a run here in the bottom of the first. They lead it 1-0 as we go to the top of the second.
Chad Curtis stepping in for the first time today. He was not playing in game one, so a lengthy time on the bench. And 143 in the postseason. Trying to help this Wolfpack team get a dub in game number 2.
Might be a little cold. It's been cold. I saw him doing some jumping jacks over there on the sideline, though. Not actually, but
kind of the Palmer's Olympics guy.
Yeah.
Steven, similar situation. Wait about 2 hours before your first action.
Curtis swings right over the top of that. 1-2. And Curtis strikes out for round number 1. Great pitch there from Gradwall. You know, when the Gradwalls joined the league, I knew they were going to be good at pitching, but they are 2 very elite pitchers in this league. Pretty cool to watch them at their craft.
Yeah, and Josh Gradwall has been second or third in Cy Young voting every single year he's been in the league, and he's just been 1 or 2 good outings away from taking that title. With only 1 Cy Young award for the whole league, it's tough to get that award.
2-0 to Zach Inaway. That hits the top part of the zone for a strike. 2-1. Inaway, swing and a miss. 2-2, 0 for 1 with a strikeout so far in this game, but had a couple of home runs in last game, as many of you know. He strikes out right there.
It looks like Josh Gradwell is starting to figure it out. Pretty easy breezy first inning for him. He's already got 2 outs here in the top of the second.
So now here's Ian Michael, who's been a little quiet so far here tonight. I mean, he had a huge ALDS, hitting the ball all over the yard, but been a little quiet so far here. We'll see if Mr. September can try to get going in this game too.
And you know, right when the lights go on, hitting definitely does decrease.
Definitely becomes harder to see the ball as the hitter.
Approaching 7:30 here in mid to late September in Edmonds, Washington.
Yeah, it's sad. It's just starting to get darker and darker, earlier and earlier. Pretty soon it'll be getting dark here like 4:30.
Don't be saying that.
I know. 3-1 to Ian Michael. Nobody on, 2 away. Popped up into the air. Playable, and Jake Oliver makes the grab for out number 3. No run score for the Wolfpack in the top of the second. Forcers lead at 1-0. Go to the bottom of the second inning.
Chase Winkler stepping in, still looking for that first postseason hit. It's been a rough couple series for the man, but I know he can turn around if this man right here, he's got the home run power. Looks like he's switching up his bat. He's got the pilot's bat. 8 home runs in the regular season. Good enough for top 10 in the league. Dingers or nothing mindset. See right there, that's a big hack on
swing and a miss.
Knuckle. And I can't even imagine what it's like facing that knuckle in this dark.
And I mean, the thing with baseball too, and wiffle ball, I guess in this case, you know, it's when you're in a slump. I mean, it just becomes a mental game too. It's like you gotta understand, you know, Chase Winkler's a great hitter, but just gotta try to pull himself out of this and get going.
And also, it doesn't help that Jace seems to turn on his best stuff when he steps into the plate.
2-2. Knuckle misses. Full count now to Chase Winkler. Just high, and Chase Winkler gets on via the walk.
Wouldn't be a Jace Pratt inning without that leadoff walk. And he got pretty lucky in that first inning. I mean, he gave up the solo home run, but there were 2 strikeouts he had where the Enforcers batters were just reaching at not great pitches. So don't think they'll be making that mistake here second time around in the bottom half of the second.
Yeah, it's, you know, when a guy's struggling to throw some strikes, you know, as a hitter, you got to try not to help him out as much as you can. So 1-0 to Josh Gradwell, and as he looks at ball 2, quick 2-0. Just high there to Gradwell. 3 balls, no strikes. High again. 4-pitch walk to Josh Gradwell. Runners on first and second. Galgano going to be stepping in.
They'll see there if they want to go to Ian. Ian looks like he's ready, but still keeping him out there.
It's outside, ball 1 to Galgano. Ground ball right back to Jace Pratt. He bobbles it, and everybody's gonna be safe. That's a tough situation, as Pratt was hoping he might be able to get at least 1 there.
Gotta have that.
Really do. Right back to Pratt.
Did good to drop those balls right away, which usually pitchers run into issues when they're holding multiple balls in their hands. No pun intended. Unfortunately for Jace, Jake Oliver will now step in.
Again, Jake Oliver already a solo home run here in this game. Been the difference so far as the Enforcers lead at 1-0. And you know, after that solo home run, I'm feeling a big game from Jake Oliver here in game 2.
Yeah, I was pretty ticked off after that.
Yeah.
Check swing strike called him in game 1, which had Jake strike out with the bases loaded.
Holds off, ball 2.
Every time there's a check swing, I'm worried about the call. We're gonna get yelled at.
I mean, out here in the booth, I mean, we don't have any field umpires, so we do the best job that we possibly can up here in the booth.
Our ump.
Look at replays, and you know. Yeah, I know. Where is our ump? I miss Jason Morehouse, man. And that's high to Jake Oliver, so that'll walk in a run. Forcers now lead it 2-0, and both RBIs belong to Jake Oliver.
And I think he went over to Ian there saying, hey, you want to take me out? And Ian, I think, just said, hey, 1 more batter, let's see what you got. You've been doing pretty good against Chase today.
I thought that was going to be Chase Winkler's first hit of the postseason, but fouls it off the tree for a strike. I think it was hit hard, though.
It seems like Jace pitches his best when the bases are loaded.
2-1, Chase Winkler. Bases juiced, nobody out. That hits the zone. Great pitch.
It's a nasty pitch right there outside of the zone.
And Winkler chases the curve. He strikes out for out number 1. 1 away, and now Josh Gradwell stepping up to the plate.
Big spot for the starting pitcher right here. Bases loaded, 1 out. He's 0 for 1 here in game 2. He has a strikeout and a walk. A walk would score a run. And as we know from game 1, 2-run lead is not safe.
Not by any means. Yeah, the Enforcers, they got to try to tack on as many as they can here. Bases loaded, less than 2 outs. Got to do what you can here to get the runs in.
He's just been missing high quite a bit. Usually that's just because you're not stepping far down on the mound.
There's that knuckle, it misses. 3-0 to Gradwell. And that's low for ball 4. So 4-pitch walk for Josh Gradwell. Walks in another run, 3-0. Enforcers lead it. And I mean, if you're Alex Harden, you got to start thinking about something. I mean, you really want to ride this momentum of having a game lead against the Enforcers. This is the one team you don't want to let back into this series.
And Jace keeps looking over at Ian, and Ian keeps shaking him off. So maybe he just doesn't want to go in.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking out there.
I mean, we've seen what we've seen from Jace here today, and unless he can get out of this inning, I don't think they need to see much more of him.
So that's inside 2-1 to Galgano. Low again, 3-1. I think if if Pratt walks him here, I think Alex Harden's gonna really need to step in and intervene and just say, hey, we're gonna have to do something.
Yeah, and then also at the same time, Alex Harden was this ace on this Wolfpack team for the first 3 years. And he's just decided to not pitch anymore, which is definitely interesting. I mean, I know from personal experience, it's not fun to be up on that mound when you're in a tough situation, one of the most stressful environments you can be in.
So yeah, there's the walk to John Galgano. It's now 4-0 Enforcers, and they're gonna have a conversation about it. Pratt's looking at Harden, Harden's looking over at Michael, Michael's looking back at Pratt, and yeah, they're gonna keep going. So, if I'm the Enforcers, you gotta take advantage of this situation and just keep getting the runs, keep getting this score up, tie this series.
There's a 6-run cap. They've already scored 3 in this inning. And they got a chance to put it away in the top half of the 3rd.
So it's outside 2-1 out of Oliver. And Oliver can really break this thing wide open for the Enforcers. And having a great series so far at the plate. And another walk. We'll bring in the 5th run for the Enforcers, now up 5-0.
Chase Winkler will step right back in. He's only out in this inning.
So it looks like the Wolfpack are just going to continue to stick with Jace Pratt here in game 2. I'm not sure what the thinking is behind that, but
yeah,
maybe they're thinking we're just going to have Ian Michael for the final 3 games of the series.
Yeah, it's not, it's maybe just because they already found themselves down. They're not seeing Josh Gradwell very well, so maybe they just want to chalk in, hey, if this game's a loss, we'll just leave him out there, so we got Ian for the full 3 going forward.
1-2 to Chase Winkler. Strikes out for round number 2. Yeah, it's been a tough playoff so far for Chase Winkler. That's back-to-back strikeouts for him in the inning.
And yeah, like you were saying, sometimes it's just mind games. Just not having the confidence he had earlier in the season when he was mashing home runs.
Yep.
Wiffle ball, baseball, very mental game, especially when you're hitting. Well, yeah, we'll see if Chase Winkler can try to find that again and get over that little slump that he's having right now, because this Enforcer squad definitely needs him. As Pratt connects there on the knuckle, 2-1.
He's kind of short-arming the ball up there. Just getting away from him. 2 more runs scored here. That would end the inning, be at the 6-run cap. There's 1 run.
Another run comes in. It's now 6-0 Enforcers. And yeah, this game has gotten out of hand for the Wolfpack.
Still, like we were saying, you know, he's not giving up any hits. Both teams still only have 1 hit. It's just been the walk. That's been the difference. Usually it is in tight games like this. Very evenly matched teams. Both teams ended the regular season at 14-16.
Ground ball over to Ian Michael. He throws to first, and it's not even close over to Thomas Playhouse. So 1 run will come in, as that'll end the inning. 6-run score for the Enforcers. They lead at 7-0 as we go to the top of the 3rd.
Gotta get him up for the booth, right? What? I gotta give it up for the booth. Yeah.
So Thomas Playhouse will lead it off. And Josh Gradle is going to try and shut this game down. In the top half of the 3rd, Thomas Playhouse. Their big spot here. Josh Gradle kind of talking it over with his teammates here. Josh has pitched 2 very good games for this Enforcers team. Unfortunately, did not come away with the win in game 1.
Yeah, and I mean, that was just a huge, huge game for the Wolfpack to win in game 1. I mean, it's really set this up to be a great series. Enforcers in a great position to tie this thing up 7-0. The final inning of game 2. Wolfpack are going to really have to string together some magic if they want to have an opportunity to try to tie this thing up, force extras.
A little Randy Rosarena step out right there. Is that what I see there?
Might have just been 1-1 or 2-1, excuse me.
Oh, he does it again. He's trying to switch up the mojo.
All right, all right. 3-1 here to Thomas Playhouse, and that's outside, ball 4.
And, you know, that's kind of how I've seen Josh approach his at-bats against Thomas. Starts him off with that first pitch strike. Thomas not swinging first pitch, and then doesn't really give him anything good to hit after that. Only difference is Thomas was swinging in prior at-bats.
Now here's Alex Harden. Looks at a ball low.
So far, I've not seen a Wolfpack player take a swing. And Josh Gradwell, that's where he runs into issues. Usually the 3rd inning, when teams are just kind of sick of striking out, they just like, hey, let's just leave this bat on our shoulders.
And I mean, I can't blame the Wolfpack at all for not swinging. You need base runners, and if Josh Gradwell is going to continue to throw balls, you take that. You take your bases and try to make this game interesting. 2-0 to Harden. It's there, strike, 2-1. That hits for a strike as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Harden. Harden, strike 3. He goes around, 1 away. We're in the top of the 3rd. Enforcers just 2 outs away from tying this series up.
These Wolfpack players against Josh Gradwell, it seems like they're just early on in the at-bat, not swinging, and then it's just too late for them. The count's already in Josh Gradwell's favor. One of the best first pitch strike throwers will probably get a strike right here, first pitch on Chad Curtis. Never mind.
Inside Chad Curtis, 1-0. That's way outside. It looks like that might have slipped from Gradwell's hands. So 2-0 now to Chad Curtis. Inside again. 3-0, and Curtis, this is only his second at-bat so far in this game. Struck out in his first at-bat. 3-1. Swing and a miss. It's now full. Just outside, and Chad Curtis works the walk. So runners on first and second for the Wolfpack. And now up to the plate is Zach Inouye. Think he's got any more magic left in that bat after last game?
Oh, was that a question?
Yeah.
I don't want to say anything because every time I say something, it does the opposite.
Strike one there to Inouye, 0-1. That's just high. 1-1 to Zach Inouye. Runners on first and second. Wolfpack down 7. At the top of the third of game 2. Pitch from Gradwell and Inouye. Swings right over the top of the drop. 1-2. Swings over the top again, and Josh Gradwell strikes out Zach Inouye for out number 2. Now up to the plate is Ian Michael. Last hope for the Wolfpack. Down to their final out. It's looking like the Enforcers are going to tie this series up. That's high to Ian Michael, ball 1. And Michael chases the high slider. Strike 1, ball and a strike. Inside ball 2. Chest high there to Ian Michael, 3-1 the count. And that's low for ball 4. Ian Michael works the walk, and the bases are loaded here for the Wolfpack. Thomas Playhouse stepping in. Wolfpack still down 7. Still got a large mountain to climb here. They want to have a chance to force extras. First pitch to Thomas Playhouse is high and outside for ball 1.
Here we go.
Strike
Stepping
one
out.
there to Thomas. And there's strike 2. Wolfpack now down to their final strike. Enforcers trying to tie this series up. The pitch from Gradwell. Playhouse fouls that one off. The 1-2 from Gradwell. Playhouse goes around, strike 3, and the Eastern Enforcers have tied this series up at a game apiece. Wow, unbelievable bounce back game for the Enforcers after losing a heartbreaker in game 1. They come back in game 2 and win it 7-0. We're gonna have game 3 coming right at you short.
We're done. I don't know. Yeah. It's like we either play 3 now or play 3.
Excuse me, we are going to end up calling it here tonight. We will resume the Enforcers Wolfpack series next week. You'll have games 3, 4, and 5 of the ALCS next week between the Enforcers and the Wolfpack. We are calling it here tonight. It's getting late. It's dark outside, and we'll resume this series next week. We appreciate everybody for being with us here tonight. Thank you so much. And we'll be back with you with more wiffle ball action next week. Have a great night, everybody.
You're gone. Yeah, I'm gone. Yeah. But he's on vacation too, and then we have 3. Yeah, I don't know.
I'll give you like most people won't show up at 5. Yeah, let's start at 4 or 5:30. Make that 5:10. Let's say 5 o'clock and we start by 5:10. You got the second game on Monday. It's gonna be this what? What? It's gonna be what? Unless the night after it happens. It's gonna be Monday.
Well, because they're only playing 2 games on the. They are playing 2 games.
Yeah, I was hoping you 3, but.